There was, let me see, because there was a. I think I saw the Michael Myers, well, Jason Voorhees one. I saw Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. I saw them, but I think I want to react to them again. I'll do that another time. This is pretty. I mean, I've seen enough Pennywise stuff though. I know what makes him special. That's probably not there. Yeah, maybe we'll come back to the channel and watch another one. But these are their videos. Shout out to them. The Nexus. Oh, this is cool. I feel like I would predict this one already though. Like we can watch it. We can watch it. I'll predict this.
The
one.
Return
of faith. Many would say it's madness for a mortal to try to face such a force, but they don't understand what it means to be Batman. Each night, for decades, I walk the thin line between sanity and madness, between light and darkness, and always, I find a way to win. I've spent the last 18 months obsessively studying every fragment of information about Valak. I consulted Zatanna, who provided—
Bro, what did I just say? And it's like, again, I don't think it's bad. I don't think when he does stuff like this, it's bad. He's going outside of his circle to get more information and defeat someone. That does not mean it's a cop out. It doesn't mean, oh, well, if he didn't go out no, bro, he does go out to Zatanna and Constantine. So what, bro? He's not a master at magic, which is why he has these two people to help him. There's nothing wrong with that.
With arcane texts written in languages dead for millennia. John Constantine, between drags of his cigarette, passed on knowledge that cost pieces of his soul. Madame Xanadu opened the cards of destiny and saw something that made her tremble, but also gave me the keys to victory. Valak isn't just a demon. It's an entity that feeds on fear, hopelessness, the breaking of faith. Its strength grows exponentially as its victims succumb to terror. That's why entire families were decimated, investigators went insane, and even experienced priests failed. They tried to fight the demon with blind faith. I will fight it with absolute preparation. The first element of my plan is psychological. Valak uses terror as its primary weapon. It manifests through illusions, manipulates traumatic memories, distorts reality to break the minds of its victims. But I've faced Scarecrow and his fear gas hundreds of times. I've been tortured by Ra's al Ghul, manipulated by the Joker, and survived the nightmares induced by Professor Crane. My mind was forged in terror and emerged stronger. Valak will discover that its psychic tricks are useless against someone who has transformed his own traumas into strength. But mental preparation is just the beginning.
I was just about to say that. Imagine, because even in the show, the Dairy Show right now, there's a character who has a damaged amygdala, and that part of the brain, if I'm saying it right, amygdala or something like that. That part of the brain controls like your fear and how you respond to fear and stuff like that. Imagine this man, like he just said, I went through hundreds of things with Scarecrow, his gas. Joker tortured me. Ra's al Ghul tortured me. All the Court of Owls probably had something. Like, he's been through so much shit when it comes to fear and what a normal person wouldn't survive. Hallucinations would not scare him. It would be just like that Justice League Unlimited episode where there was like a Reaper or something, and it got into Batman's head, and he was like humming, I forgot the name of the song, but he was humming a song, and it distracted the actual being that was like, well, the guy that was pretending to be a ghost to like fight him, and distracted him enough for Batman to take him out. Now with an actual like demon or like whatever this character is, I don't know if that will work exactly, but the same type of method that he would use, again, I wouldn't be surprised if he used it here. I wouldn't be surprised.
Valak is a supernatural entity, which means I need to completely adapt my arsenal. Over the last few months, I've worked with Lucius Fox to develop equipment specifically for occult combat. My new armor incorporates blessed silver threads woven into the Kevlar, protection symbols laser engraved on each plate, and a circulation system that keeps holy water constantly in contact with my skin. My utility belt has been redesigned. Each compartment now contains consecrated items, grenades of blessed coarse salt that create temporary protection barriers, batarangs forged from cold iron extracted from meteor's metal that never touched Earth's soil, maintaining cosmic purity, and vials of holy oil that can be thrown to create instant protection circles. But the most crucial element is my new audio system. Valak manifests through specific sounds, the creaking of wood, whispers in Latin, the echo of footsteps in empty corridors. My cowl now has a real-time frequency analysis system capable of detecting demonic manifestations even before they become visible.
And that sounds so realistic and obviously comic terms because of what we've seen Batman do before. All he's saying is, I'm going to break it down for y'all because some of y'all can't understand it. All he's saying is my cowl can detect what sound she's coming in from because she comes in through different sounds. Like in the movies, if something's creaking or something's in the shadows, but it's making noise in the shadows, she manifests through stuff like that. My cowl can just detect stuff like that. Go to night vision or night mode like in the video games and just something's conjuring up from. That's all he's saying, bro. That's all he's saying. And again, he has the money to afford all this stuff. He has the money to make all these new advancements on tech to help him in these fights. He has the ability to do this stuff.
When Valak tries to approach, I'll know exactly where and when, removing the element of surprise that is crucial to its strategy. Location is fundamental. Valak needs an anchor point in the physical world, usually a house with a traumatic history, a cursed object, or a psychologically vulnerable person. My analysis of previous cases reveals a pattern. The demon always chooses locations where family tragedies occurred, preferably involving children. The residual pain fuels its manifestation. Therefore, I've chosen the location for the confrontation, an abandoned property on the outskirts of Gotham, where decades ago an entire family perished under mysterious circumstances. The ground is already contaminated, which means Valak will be naturally attracted. But I've transformed this property into an elaborate trap. Each room has been meticulously prepared. Protection symbols from multiple traditions have been engraved on the walls, not just Christian.
And you know what? Another thing that's really crazy? When you think about it, he's just doing, honestly, what the Winchester brothers would do from like Supernatural. That's really all he's doing. Warding things off, seeing how he can trap it. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing.
But also Islamic, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, and even from ancient religions like Zoroastrianism. Valak may corrupt a specific faith, but not all simultaneously. The foundations of the house were excavated and filled with a mixture of sea salt, consecrated cemetery soil, and fragments of saints' bones, creating a base of positive energy that directly conflicts with the demonic nature. The electrical system was replaced with a complex network of pure copper wires, conducting not just electricity, but also specific frequencies that disrupt ectoplasmic manifestations. Each lamp was replaced with LEDs that emit light in the ultraviolet spectrum, invisible to the human eye but devastating to supernatural entities. But Valak is ancient and cunning. It won't fall for an obvious trap. That's why I've created multiple layers of deception. The house appears abandoned and vulnerable, but is actually a supernatural minefield. Each step the demon takes will activate new defenses. Each attempt to manifest will encounter increasing resistance. My combat strategy is based on controlled exhaustion. Demons like Valak possess immense power, but not infinite power in the physical plane. Each manifestation, each illusion, each attack consumes energy that must be extracted from the environment or from its victims. My plan is to force it to constantly spend that energy, without allowing it to recharge through fear or despair. For this, I've developed what I call the Serenity Protocol, a system of meditation and emotional control I learned from Ra's al Ghul. Combined with breathing techniques Zatanna taught me to maintain mental clarity during mystical confrontations. No matter what Valak shows me distorted versions of my dead parents, visions of Robin being tortured, or nightmares about future failures, my mind will remain like cold steel. Physical combat will be different from anything I've ever faced. Valak can assume multiple forms, from the terrifying nun to amorphous shadows or even possess inanimate objects. My response is multifaceted. For corporeal forms, I've developed a fighting style that incorporates exorcism movements. Each strike is accompanied by Latin words that weaken the demon's spiritual cohesion. For ethereal manifestations, I have portable holy water sprinklers with enough pressure to penetrate ectoplasmic matter. But the true weapon against Valak is neither physical nor technological. It's knowledge. During my research, I discovered something that neither Constantine nor Zatanna knew. Valak has a true name, older than the Nun, more powerful than any of its known manifestations. A name that, when pronounced correctly, forces the demon to reveal its original form and real vulnerabilities. This name is written in a lost Sumerian dialect, on clay tablets that I managed to acquire from a private collector in the Middle East. It took me months to decipher the exact pronunciation, working with linguists specialized in dead languages. One wrong syllable and the spell will not only fail, it will tremendously strengthen Valak. The final phase of the confrontation will require personal sacrifice. I discovered that Valak can be permanently banished, but only if someone voluntarily assumes the burden of containing its essence. Not imprisoning it, that would only delay its return, but absorbing part of its demonic nature, creating an eternal counterbalance that will prevent it from manifesting again in the physical plane. This process will change me irreversibly. Part of Valak's darkness will remain with me, constantly whispering, trying to corrupt me. But I've carried Gotham's darkness for decades. I've faced the temptation to become what I fight. This will just be another shadow in my soul, and I will control it as I control all the others. My contingencies are prepared. If I fail, Alfred has instructions to contact the Justice League and provide all my research data. If Valak manages to possess me, there's a device implanted in my spine that will release a lethal electromagnetic discharge. I prefer to die than become an agent of evil. If the demon tries to escape to terrorize others, the entire property is equipped with a self-destruction system that will create a contained explosion, followed by the release of consecrated gases that will purify a 3-kilometer radius. You may be wondering why I'm doing this. Why a man who swore to protect Gotham is willing to face a demon that threatens all of humanity. The answer is simple. Because I am Batman. He
said, I'd rather die than become a servitude of evil. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, like this probably definitely has to be one of the coldest ones I've seen so far. God damn. This bull is like, nah, bro. I got this on deck. If that happened, this gonna happen. If this gonna happen, that's gonna happen. That's crazy. But again, I don't put it past Batman. He's Batman. I don't put it past him. Like, I don't put it past him, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, if I one wrong pronunciation of it and it makes her stronger. Are you kidding me? Better not get it wrong.
Crime began in the streets of Gotham, but I always knew I would eventually.
And also, that's what I wanted to say. Yo, him saying that I'll still be the vessel, but make it locked down. That scene from Arkham Knight when he like throws Joker away, like after he's been in his mind cycle. That's where he about to put the demon at. That's where he about to put her at. Doom, all in the cell. That's crazy. That's crazy. The amount of self-control and like determination he has to have for that. Crazy. No other human super being. I don't care if it's Mr. Terrific, bro. Nobody, bro, could have actually made this plan up any better, bro.
These greater threats. The Joker tests my sanity. Ra's al Ghul challenges my morality. Valak will question my very soul. But here's what Valak doesn't understand about me. I'm not just Bruce Wayne who became Batman. I'm Batman who incorporated Bruce Wayne. The child who saw his parents die in that alley died that night. What emerged was something new, forged in pain but tempered by justice. I'm not human in the traditional sense. I'm an idea, a symbol, a force of nature dedicated to protecting the innocent. Valak feeds on fear and despair, but I feed on the hope of others. Each life I save, each family I protect, each child who can sleep safely because Batman exists, all of this strengthens me in ways no demon can understand. The confrontation will happen in 3 days. I've chosen the night of the new moon, when supernatural forces are weaker and my own connection to the shadows is stronger. At 3 a.m, the darkest hour of the night, when the veil between worlds is thinnest, but also when my power as protector of the darkness reaches its peak. There will be no witnesses. There will be no glory. Just a man, his tools, his mind, and his unwavering will facing one of the oldest and most malevolent forces in the universe. When the sun rises, either Valak will have been banished forever, or Batman will have given his life to protect a world that won't even know of the sacrifice. But that's the nature of what I do. I'm not a hero because I seek recognition. I'm a hero because someone must be. And when no one else can or dares to face the absolute darkness, I walk into it. Because I am the night, I am vengeance, I am Batman. And not even the demons of hell can stop me from protecting the innocent. The plan is in motion. Valak will soon discover what happens when a supernatural predator encounters something even more relentless than itself. Human determination taken to the absolute extreme. Operation Purgatory Protocol begins now.